smoke and flames will be imaginary, but the practice that residents, town officials, and emergency personnel get as they respond to the developing situation will be invaluable when the time comes to respond to a real wildland fire threatening our communities. Working closely with the Woodside Fire Protection District, the two town governments, and the County Sheriff's Department, the exercise will unfold a rapidly spreading wildland fire scenario. Residents will work to prepare their homes and neighborhoods for quick and efficient evacuation should it be required. They will report local conditions of smoke, ash, burning embers, and spot fires via the CERPP radio networks, and, when time allows, take steps to prepare their properties for an approaching fire. Town officials, having been notified of the developing situation, will open the town's emergency operation centers to coordinate the notification, evacuation, and sheltering of residents, should it become necessary. The fire district will establish an incident command post to coordinate the firefighting response. A CERPP communications and liaison team will work with the incident personnel at the command post, providing them with direct communications to all of the neighborhoods within the district. This will enable rapid spread of fire information and evacuation notices, as well as allowing for spot fires and other local conditions to be reported back from the neighborhoods. Sheriff's deputies will facilitate evacuation should they become necessary. Additionally, they will control access into the fire area. Personnel from the Sheriff's Office of Emergency Services will be active participants at the incident command post. An exercise is rarely able to approach the reality of a disaster. When there is no smoke and flames, and lives and homes are not actually threatened, participants will not be under the same levels of stress as they would be in an actual emergency. On the other hand, the compressed time span of the exercise will cause the scenario to develop faster than it might in reality, thus helping to add a sense of realism to the exercise. This video will help you to imagine what the scenario would be like if there were an actual fire. Much of what we are undertaking to practice on a pleasant sunny day with a group of calm neighbors will need to be done in thick, choking smoke with frantic and possibly panicked neighbors. The weeks leading up to the exercise have been unusually dry and hot. The fire season has been a busy one and shows no signs of letting up anytime soon. There are numerous fires burning in Southern California and in the Sierras. Santa Clara County has a large fire on Mount Hamilton, and Marin County has one burning on Mount Tam. All available firefighting aircraft are already committed to fires. Closer to home, our fire district has had several small brush fires every day for the last week. Most have been held to small spots. All have been under 2 acres in size. The majority of these fires have occurred in the 280 corridor. The weather forecast is for continued hot temperatures with gusty offshore winds. Inland temperatures are expected to be in the mid-90s to well over 100. Winds will be from the east-southeast, gusting to 30 miles per hour. The National Weather Service has issued a red flag warning for high fire danger due to the hot temperatures, gusty winds, and low relative humidity. At about 8:15 in the morning, the Palo Alto Fire Department receives a report of a grass fire west of 280 between Alpine and Page Mill Roads. Because of the high fire danger conditions, a significant quantity of firefighting equipment from both Palo Alto and Woodside is sent on the initial dispatch. Additionally, the California Department of Forestry starts a wildland fire response that includes several wildland fire engines and a bulldozer. At the time of the initial dispatch, no aircraft are available. The wind has quickly spread the fire through the grasslands into the adjacent brush. Arriving units realize they have a wind-driven fire that is spreading rapidly with the potential to threaten numerous homes. Second and third alarm requests are quickly called to bring in more resources. The wind quickly carries the odor of burning brush over much of the fire district. This is the first indication that most residents have that there is a developing wildland fire. Concerned residents begin to seek additional information, some calling 911, the town offices, and the fire stations. CERPP-trained residents begin checking into the CERPP radio networks and calling the CERPP hotline, seeking a status report on the fire. As the fire reaches the third alarm status, dispatch protocols automatically notify the Sheriff's Office of Emergency Services and the local town governments about the fire. The on-call OES representative responds to the incident command post, which has been established near 280 and Alpine Road. Upon receiving notification of the fire, the town of Portola Valley decides to open its Emergency Operations Center to monitor the situation and respond to residents' inquiries. CERPP divisions closest to the fire start to implement the CERPP Wildland Fire Alert procedures. Radio nets are established to relay current information about the fire, and residents take steps to prepare for a rapid evacuation. Thick smoke makes travel along portions of Alpine Road difficult, and Alpine Road is closed to southbound traffic at 280. Numerous outbuildings and several vulnerable homes are now burning. Ash and embers begin to fall on neighborhoods to the west of Alpine Road. Residents west of Alpine Road and north of Arastradero Road are advised to evacuate. The recommended evacuation route is either south on Alpine Road to Portola Road or east on Arastradero to Page Mill. CERPP divisions immediately west of Alpine Road report thick smoke, glowing embers, and numerous spot fires. Neighborhood teams patrolling for spot fires have located, reported, and extinguished several small spot fires. A news helicopter reports that a large spot fire is burning within Jasper Ridge. Obscured by smoke from the Alpine Road fire and driven by the wind, the Jasper Ridge fire is now about 40 acres in size. The gusty winds begin to carry embers from the Jasper Ridge fire northwest into Woodside. Spot fires are reported on Mountain Home Road, Whiskey Hill Road, and in Wonderlick Park. As the exercise scenario progresses, this wind-driven fire will continue to worsen. Every CERPP division will need to implement the CERPP Wildland Fire Alert procedures. Spot fires will eventually occur up to a mile ahead of the main fire. Both the towns of Portola Valley and Woodside will be impacted. Many neighborhoods will receive notice to evacuate. Many vulnerable homes will have been burned. Homes where residents have created defensible space could be prepared for the approaching fire and protected by firefighters if necessary. Most of these homes survived with little to no damage. Whenever there is a significant amount of smoke, indicating the presence of a wildland fire somewhere nearby, you should begin to implement the CERPP Wildland Fire Response Plan. Don't wait to be notified by emergency officials. The basic steps of the CERPP plan include gathering information about the situation and continuing to monitor the situation as conditions change, preparing your family for immediate evacuation, preparing your neighborhood for rapid evacuation, and finally, if it can be done safely, protecting your home and neighborhood from burning embers ahead of the fire. Don't wait until it's too late to evacuate. Your property can be replaced, but your life cannot. To gather initial information about the situation, try some of the following sources. Check in with your neighbors using your family radio, set to the channel used in your neighborhood. Call the CERPP hotline at 1-888-44-CERPP. Check online at www.firedispatch.com for a listing of active fire incidents in San Mateo County. Monitor a radio scanner set to listen to the local fire department frequencies. Listen to local TV and radio stations. Continue to monitor the developing situation using the methods we just discussed. You should also pay close attention to the changing local conditions. Monitor for changes in the amount of smoke, ash, and embers. Be aware of changes in wind direction or speed. These changes can indicate a change in direction of fire spread or that the fire may spread more rapidly than before. Prepare your family for immediate evacuation. Immediate evacuation may not be required, but if you believe that there's a possibility that evacuation would be necessary should conditions take a turn for the worse, you should take a few minutes to prepare your family to evacuate. Use your family's written evacuation plan to guide your actions. Your plan should include steps to prepare for an immediate evacuation, a short list of things to take with you, a description of your likely evacuation routes, contact information for family members at work, school, or otherwise away from home, and where you plan to go during the evacuation. Also include plans for what to do when there's more time to prepare, such as additional steps to protect your home and additional items to take with you.